Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 9th. So students, we have started reading with our chapter number 1 from the book Movements. The name of the chapter is The Lost Child. So in the previous video we have read that one boy, one small kid that was there in the fair along with his parents. So suddenly by mistake he just left behind from his parents and now he has lost his parents, and now we can understand his condition. He is so much worried, he is so much tensed and is full of fear, and he is running here and there just to look for his parents, but still he is unable to find any single trace of his parents, and now he has lost all the interest in the fair, or we can say in all the activities that were there. And earlier we have read that he was so much interested, he was so much fascinated towards all the things, right? He wanted to have the balloons, he wanted to have the sweets, right? He wanted to have the toys, but now there is only one wish that he is having. He just wanted to have his parents back. Okay, so now let's see what will happen next. Let's continue the chapter. He ran quickly again, this time to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. So we have read that he was running everywhere just to look for his parents, and this time he just ran quickly to a shrine to which people seemed to be crowding. So let's see what a shrine means. Shrine means some holy place. Okay, so in that fair there may be some temple there, so now he just went towards that temple, or we can say towards that holy place that was there, and that place, it was also very much crowded. Every little inch of space here was congested with men, but he ran through people's legs, his little sob lingering, mother, father, near the entrance to the temple. So now this little boy, he is going towards that temple, or we can say towards that shrine, that holy place that was there, and that place was very much crowded, and we can say that every little inch of the space was congested with men. Congested means full of. Okay, so we can say every inch of the space was full of people, it was congested with people, but still this little boy, he was running through people's legs, and now his little sob, it was lingering, and he was saying mother, father. So still he was weeping, still he was sobbing, and he was crying, and he was saying mother, father, and near the entrance to the temple. So now he is there at the entrance of the temple, and still he is crying, he is sobbing, and he is calling for his mother and father. However, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other, heavy men with flashing, murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. So now we have read that this place, it was very much crowded. So now the crowd, it became even very much thick, right? And men, all the people that were there, they were jostling each other. So what jostle mean? It means to push. Okay, so because it was so much crowded, so all the people, they were pushing each other to make their own way, and there were very heavy men who were having flashing, murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. So what hefty means? Hefty means very large, very huge, or we can say very heavy. So why writer is saying that they were having murderous eyes, or they were having flashing eyes? It means the writer is presenting the child's perspective. Okay, so now we can imagine, we can understand that that little boy, that little child, he is very much frightened because he is all alone there in that huge crowd. He is not having his parents along with him, and he is all alone there. So he is full of fear, he is very much frightened, and for him, all the men who are there, they are having murderous eyes, and they are having flashing eyes, because he is very much frightened. Why? Because he is all alone there in such a huge crowd. The poor child struggled to thrust a way between their feet, but knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. So now this poor child, or we can say this poor small child, it was struggling. Okay, why? Because he just wanted to make a way for himself, and between their feet means all the people who were there. So now this small child, he was struggling a lot to go ahead, but every time he was just knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. movements, okay, brutal or we can say violent movements. So why their movement was called as brutal movements? Because he was such a small boy, he was a little child, and all the people who were there, they were so huge, they were so big for him, okay. So now he was struggling to go ahead because he wanted to, you know, go into the temple just to look for his parents, but every time wherever he was trying to go ahead, then each and every time he was just knocked to and fro by their brutal movements. He might have been trampled underfoot had he not shrieked at the highest pitch of his voice, "Father, mother." So now the writer is saying that, you know, he means that a small poor child, he might have been trampled underfoot. So what trampled means? It means, you know, crushed. So there was such a huge crowd that, you know, all the people, they were pushing each other because everyone was trying to go ahead, and he was a very small boy and he was under their feet. So writer is saying that that small boy, he might have been crushed underfoot had he not shrieked. Shriek means to shout at the highest pitch of his voice, and he shouted and he cried, "Father, mother." A man in the surging crowd heard his cry. So this time when this small child, when he shouted in such a high pitched voice, so one man who was there in the crowd, a man in the surging crowd, surging means powerful, so a man who was also a part of that powerful crowd, that man heard his cry and stooping with great difficulty lifted him up in his arms. And you know, when one man who was there in that crowd, he heard, you know, the cry of this little child, and then when he saw that one small boy is there and he is crying, he is weeping, so what did he do? Stooping with great difficulty, stoop means to bend, so he just bent with a lot of difficulty. Why with difficulty? Because the place, it was really very much crowded, so there was no space to bend down, but with a great difficulty that man, he actually bent, and then he lifted this small boy up in his arms. So we can say that, you know, that man, he was really a very kind hearted man, because when he saw that one small child is there, so he just wanted to help him, and he bent and he lifted this small boy in his arms. "How did you get here, child? Whose baby are you?" the man asked as he stayed clear of the mass. So what mass means? Mass is crowd, and stayed clear of the mass means that man, he just wanted to come out from that crowd, right? So when he just came out from that crowd that was there at the entrance of the temple, so after that, that man asked to this little child that, "How did you get here, child?" And next question he was having that, "Whose baby are you?" So that man, he's actually very much concerned for this little child, for this little boy, because, you know, he was all alone there in such a huge crowd. So now that man, he is trying to help him, and he is asking that, "How did you get here, and whose baby are you?" And finally he just came out from that huge crowd. The child wept more bitterly than ever now, and only cried, "I want my mother, I want my father." So now that child, that small boy, now he started weeping even more bitterly than ever, and he was crying, "I want my mother, I want my father." So students, in this picture we can see he is that small child who is weeping, and he is the man who is trying to help him, and in the background we can see the entire scene of the fair. So now finally that little child, he is having someone with him, and that person is actually trying to help him, and he is asking, you know, so many questions, but this little child, he is weeping, he is crying, and he is having only one wish. He is saying that, "I just want my mother, I just want my father." The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. So now जो वो man है who is trying to help him, now he clearly understood this thing that this child has lost his parents in the fair. So now he was trying to soothe him. Soothe means to make him calm. So now that man, he was trying to, you know, make him calm. He was trying to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Okay, so in the chapter earlier we have read that, you know, this child, he actually wanted to go to that roundabout, and now this man, he actually took this child to the roundabout. Why? Because he just wanted to soothe him, and he is thinking, when this small boy, when he will ride that roundabout, so maybe for some time he will forget about his parents. Okay, Will you have a ride on the horse? He gently asked as he approached the ring. So now finally that man, when he went towards the roundabout with this child, so he asked that, will you have a ride on the horse? So he asked in a very gentle manner as he approached, as he went near the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs and he only shouted, I want my mother, I want my father. So now let's see what is the reaction of the child, who was actually very much fascinated to have a ride on this roundabout earlier. So now when this man, he offered one ride on this roundabout, so now this child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill. It means now he was shouting, he was having 1,000 shrill in his throat and he was just shouting, I want my mother, I want my father. So students, now we can understand this thing. Now we can see that the same child who was so much fascinated, who was actually so much captivated to have a ride on that roundabout, but now when he is having one offer to have a ride, but this time he is having only one wish. He just wanted to have his parents back. He has lost all his interest, all his fascination toward all the things, and especially that roundabout also. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. So now next this man, he headed towards the place where the snake charmer was and still he was playing on the flute to the swaying cobra. So that scene we have also read earlier in the chapter, that when snake charmer was there and he was having one flute, he was playing some music, and one snake was there in the basket and he was dancing, he was swaying on the music. So now they are on that place and now the man is saying, listen to that nice music, child, he pleaded. So now that man, he actually pleaded, he requested, and he said, just listen to that music, child. But the child shut his ears with his fingers and shouted his double-pitched strain. So now that man, he just trying to help him, he just trying to soothe him first. Okay, so now he just took him to the snake charmer and he saying, just listen to the music. But now again, what is the reaction of the child? He just shut his ears with the help of his fingers, and then again he shouted in his double-pitched voice, in his double-pitched strain. And what did he shout? He said, I want my mother, I want my father. So this thing also we have read earlier in the chapter, that this child, he actually wanted to go to that snake charmer and he wanted to enjoy the dance of the snake, but he was having this kind of fear, this kind of feeling in his heart that when he will demand, when he will request for this thing, then his request, it will not be noticed by his parents. But now when actually he is having this offer, then he is refusing. Why? Because at this moment he just wanted to have only one wish, he just wanted to have his parents back. The man took him near the balloons, thinking the bright colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and quieten him. So now next this man, he took that boy, that child, near the balloon. So we have read in the chapter that one balloon sailor was there, and now this man was thinking that the bright colors of the balloons, the rainbow colors of the balloons would distract the child's attention and maybe it can quieten him. Would you like a rainbow colored balloon? He persuasively asked. So actually that man, he is trying very hard just to soothe him. So now next he took the child to near the balloon sailor and then he asked that, would you like to have a rainbow colored balloon? And he asked this question in a very persuasive tone. It means in a very convincing manner he asked that, would you really want to have a rainbow colored balloon? The child turned his eyes from the flying balloons and just sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. So now let's read the reaction of the child. So this time also the child is having no interest in the balloon and he just turned his eyes from the balloon and again he just sobbed, again he just shouted that I want my mother, I want my father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore him to the gate where the the flower seller said. And now next the man still his time very hard to make the child happy. So next he bore him to the gate where the flower seller said. So we have read this thing also, that one flower seller was there who was selling different color flowers and especially gulmohar flower, and this little boy, this little child, he actually wanted to have that flower, he actually wanted to have that gulmohar flower garland. Okay, so now let's see what is the reaction. Look, can you smell those nice flowers, child? Would you like a garland to put around your neck? So now this man, he is having this question and he is saying that, look, can you smell those nice flowers? So he is saying, just look how beautiful flowers are there, and can you smell the smell of those flowers? And next he is saying that, would you like to have a garland to put around your neck? The child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated his sob, I want my mother, I want my father. So now the child is reacting in this way, that he just turned his nose away. Why? Because he just don't want to have the smell of the flower. So he turned his nose away from the basket and he reiterated, means again, to start again, or to for a number of time to repeat this thing. So again one more time he just started repeating the same thing, that I want my mother, I want my father. So students, it's a very clear thing that for a child, for a small child, their parents, they are the most precious one for the kids, right? So when he was having the parents, so at that time he just wanted to have all the things, he wanted to enjoy all the things. But now when he lost his parents, so now the first thing, or we can say the only thing that he wanted at this moment, that he just wanted to have his parents back. He is having no interest to have any kind of fun, to have any kind of enjoyment, because at this moment he is having only one wish, he just wanted to have his parents back. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of the sweet shop. And now next this man, now he was thinking to humor his disconsolate charge. Disconsolate means unhappy, and he just wanted to give to that boy some sweets. So now this man, he took him to the counter of the sweet shop, and we have earlier read this thing also, that there was one sweet shop there, and this boy, he actually wanted to have the burfi, because burfi was his favorite sweet, and he actually requested to have one burfi. And now this man, he is actually offering some sweets to him as a gift. So now let's see his reaction. What sweets would you like, child? He asked. So this man, he asked him that what sweet he actually wanted to have. The child turned his face from the sweet shop and only sobbed, I want my mother, I want my father. So this time also the child, he just forgot about the burfi, that there is the burfi also, that is his one of the favorite sweet, and he just turned his face from the sweet shop and again he sobbed and he said, I want my mother, I want my father. So students, the chapter ends here. The writer of the chapter, he doesn't present a clear ending of the chapter, that whether the reunion was there, or we can say this child, was he able to meet with his parents back, right? So that is not clear in the chapter, but we can see the feelings, or we can see the emotions that the child is having right now. Okay, so because in the chapter earlier we have read that when he was with his parents, so he just wanted to have all the fun, he just wanted to have all the enjoyments in the fair. But when he has lost his parents, so now he is having only one wish, he just wanted to have his parents back. So now we can imagine that for a child, their parents, they are the most precious one in the entire world. Okay, so now this child, he just wanted to have his parents back. So students, I am very much sure that this chapter is very much clear to you all, and in the next video we will see the comprehension part, we will solve the questions of the chapter. So see you in the next video. Thank you.